Right, I need to set my brake calipers now so they actually sit evenly on the discs, and the discs sit in the middle of the caliper. At the moment I haven't got any spacers in, and we can just see they're sort of touching off to one side. What I've got is a load of these packers. I'm going to pack out until I get it all sat nicely in the middle, and then we'll make some spacers to suit. I've got one of the original spacers in, which is 18mm. That seems pretty good at the moment. Seems pretty even on the discs and on the brake calipers. Just to show you what the original spacers are like on some of these. 14.3, 14.93, I measure it again, 15.27. Somebody's cut that off with a starved rat. I'll make some new ones at 18mm for a start, see how we get on with it. Decent chamfer on them. Get the parting tool mounted and tied off. Get you a better angle for parting off. That way, touch. Bit warm that, so 1.2 mils to bring off of there. So compound set to 0, knock that off there. 20, hang on, maths. 1mm is 39 thou, 0.2 is 10 thou, so if we come in 45 thou, see how we go from there. You can't even see, can you? I'm an idiot. Just move you. Oh, I'll do. 18.03. That's a new spaces made up for both sides. Spin the wheel. Sounds good. That grinding you can hear is actually the caliper spring, which pushes onto the pads normally. It's just catching on the disc. Everything is spinning nice and freely. Plenty of clearance. So, next job, I've got to fit some new slider pins because they were a little bit seized. Sort the brake pads out, and because I've put ape hangers on, I'll have to bleed the brakes out as well because I will extend the brake hose. So let's get on with that.
Several days later.
So it's been a couple of days with bank holiday weekends going on because of the Queen's 70th Jubilee. I had a few problems with mail deliveries being a bit slow, but I've got a few bits turned up now. In the meantime, I've got the brakes calipers mounted, pads sorted out, cleaned up, everything seems to be peachy down there. I've mounted the splitter on the bottom of the yokes there rather than it just being hanging on with a couple of cable ties as it was previously. A new hydraulic brake switch fitted, and I just need to fit a new banjo onto the end of this and get everything bled out. So let's get that done. So I've got it marked where I want to chop it off. Decent pair of cutters, nice sharp ones, chop straight through. You can see it's made a nice clean cut. Next thing we need to do is stick on a little bit of heat shrink because I like to finish these off. A bit of heat shrink wrapped down there. You won't be able to do this once you fit the banjo. Then we get a nice sharp knife. So took off 20mm of the outer sheath, fit the nut, then we use our mandrel to splay out the outer pieces, he says, with ease. Sometimes doesn't work that well, sometimes does. It's a bit of pot luck with this thing at times. Split it out with a mandrel. Be careful of the braiding on this because it gets really sharp. I've lost count the amount of times I've stabbed myself with it. Pop the olive on. I don't know if you can quite see, but you should be able to see the inner pipe, but right up against the base of the olive. Put on the banjo, screw it all up. And before you start tightening everything up on these, you need to make sure that you get it the right orientation, because otherwise you'll end up twisting the hose and everything when you try to get it on. Use the other end of a mandrel. If I remember right, 11mm spanner. You see the hose is starting to nip up. Twist. Almost there. A little bit more. And once you've got it all nipped up, slide your heat shrink over the nut. World's slowest heat gun. It's been battery operated. It's a bit piss poor, but it's so pissing around plugging things in and cables everywhere. There we go, one banjo done. Let's get it fitted. I like to anneal my copper washers before I put them on, just softens them up a bit and helps them seal a bit better. Easy enough to do. Nice cherry red, dunk it in water. That's on, tightened up, we'll get it bled. Favourite pastime, bleeding brakes. One last check I want to do is make sure the brake light switch is actually working. So test meter set to diode test, so we get the beep. Get that just to hold that there. Yep, there we go. That works. Happy days. So that's the front brakes done. I'll come back in 24 hours, try the brakes again, see if there is any air bubbles in there, because what will happen, they'll just go a little bit spongy, and if so, I may have to re-bleed them. But apart from that, yeah, happy with them. Seem to work properly. We'll find out when we take it on a road test. If I don't stop and I don't come back and I don't post another video, I think we could safely say I possibly got it wrong. Okay, so thanks for watching.